And I was stupid enough to say yes. Going out naked in the Oscars. I was just on Jimmy Kimmel last night. He's like, man, you want to do this bit? I'm like, dude, I am super tired. I'm on a different coast. He's like, let me send you the bit. And I read it. I'm like, yo, fuck. All right, I'm going to do it.
What'd you do?
I shuffled out there with an index card over my dick.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta give you a cringe warning because you cannot unsee what I'm about to show you. It's nearly naked John Cena on stage for absolutely no reason. Therefore, it's so ironic that so many kids watch him as the ultimate tough guy, while this supposedly manly man is actually a giant hypocritical lying buffoon who will do anything for attention. Very disappointing. So after about an hour and a half of rambling about intricacies of pro wrestling that nobody cares about, John Cena decided to save face and explain why exactly he was humiliated at the Oscars and how he ended up walking naked on stage with only a small envelope covering his private parts. He tries to frame this entire public humiliation act as him taking an opportunity to be funny. However, not only did he completely embarrass himself, even the act by itself was absolute cringe and looked like punishment for something that Cena did to these Hollywood overlords. You can sort of give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe it was a bad joke, it wasn't well scripted, they tried to make it funny but it just didn't work, or the fact that John was in good shape so they wanted to attract more viewership to the Oscars or something like that. Any of these explanations would have been way better than the actual reason John Cena revealed on the podcast. He said that 15 minutes before the show, somebody had this genius idea and it was presented to him and he decided to do it because of his philosophy. If life presents you an opportunity, you better take it. Which is not that bad in itself, but the context of the situation is completely absurd. It just further shows that John Cena is a complete brain-dead, mindless drone who doesn't have any sort of moral compass or self-awareness and would do anything for fame or clout. He himself is obviously embarrassed by it. His entire demeanor when he talks about the situation shows that he is unhappy that it happened. He seems frustrated. So even if we believe John's explanation that he decided to do it himself, it's just the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my life. If anything, somebody at the Oscars probably wanted to laugh at him, not to make any sort of comedic sketch, but laugh at John. People in the industry probably just laugh at John Cena and see what else he would do for some extra fame or clout, as if he doesn't have enough already. In reality, it was probably something like this. Oh, let's propose the most ridiculous, embarrassing, humiliating skit, John Cena walking naked on stage, and they probably didn't expect him to agree to it. But John, being completely devoid of any brain, thought it would be a good idea. I think it's more likely that it was a punishment for something John did before leaving WWE or something like that. But the good thing is that in hindsight, he understands that he probably shouldn't have done that, so maybe he became smarter because of this. It's honestly one of the most common nightmares that people have. Even I had it as a kid, walking in front of the class to do a presentation and realizing that you're naked. But John Cena made this nightmare a reality. And I'm pretty sure that after this, he completely lost any respect for himself, if there was any left. He's probably so embarrassed that he doesn't even want to have kids, as he publicly stated that he doesn't want kids because it's a huge responsibility. But I guess John Cena is smart enough to realize he doesn't have the right brain capacity to take care of kids, as he is so suggestible, like a kid himself, he can't even take care of himself. He also likes money so much that he wouldn't even spend a dime on his own kids, as he famously said in one interview, "I don't want them, I know the investment that it takes." So the deeper I get into this podcast, the more I start to dislike him. He doesn't want to have kids, yet he's famous largely because kids watch him, which again makes him a giant hypocrite. I know I'm being a little bit harsh, but these huge celebrities are a lot of the time put on a pedestal and pushed by these various behind-the-scenes studios or groups. So these celebrities should be setting a good example for others, especially for kids, like in John Cena's case, and they're just not doing that at all. In fact, the complete opposite. You can argue that John Cena is what you should not be, so no matter how hard they try to hide their moral decay and hypocrisy, it always slips through the cracks for everyone to see. So I think it's perfectly fair that we criticize these individuals who either put themselves on the pedestal or are put on the pedestal by others. So we should not be normalizing immoral, hypocritical, or manipulative behavior by promoting these people or supporting them. They aren't even trying to appear honest or righteous, they just do anything for money. As John Cena said, you should take all the opportunities that present themselves to you. So unfortunately, these people contribute to the total moral decay of our culture, entertainment, and media, and all of these things are connected, so when they pile up, they can cause a collapse. So I think it's totally fair to be harsh towards these people. We need better standards and more accountability for people in these kinds of positions. Before watching the podcast, I already knew that John was not the brightest tool in the shed and would compromise his integrity and sacrifice anything to be liked. But after watching this podcast, I didn't even know it would be possible, but John seems like an even bigger mindless buffoon. So the meme of him being invisible takes a much, much deeper meaning, because it's probably the first time John Cena showed us who he truly is. And again, I don't want to sound harsh, but it seems like he's a completely empty shell that is filled with whatever bullshit his boss says. He's almost like a total tool who blindly follows instructions. However, let me know what you guys think and leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.